What's going on, peoples? I hope everybody's day is starting off okay. Welcome back to Trill Talk. Uh, Today, I just wanted to kind of jump back into doing my 20-minute short little videos, little encouragement videos to you guys. Um, I've been in a really deep place of solitude, really doing some self-reflecting. Um, it's a lot going on in the world today, and we all have to make sure that we're grounded and we're prepared for the things that may impact our lives personally. I think a lot of times we get so caught up in what's going on around us and what's affecting other people and how other people are being affected by what's going on that sometimes we don't consciously look at how it's truly impacting and affecting us. We just look at what I like to call surface emotions. Surface emotions is how you feel right then and there, as soon as you hear something or as soon as something happens. Like, how does it make you feel right then and there? Which is a lot of time predicated and wrapped around other people's reactions. You know, let's just use, for example, the president election. I'm not gonna throw the names out there, but we know who all is running right now. You know, this person or these people or this group or what was said on social media, and everybody has this reaction, this culture reaction, this societal reaction to what's going on. And a lot of times that can have a effect on how you feel in that moment. When really you haven't really sat down and thought about what your beliefs is, or how your beliefs are evolving or changing, or how it impacts you. Um, Sometimes we got to take a step back. I've been doing a lot of taking steps back, from friends, family, uh, even my own personal goals that I've put out there. That's the thing, when you put out your personal goals for others to either support or to reject, you kind of gotta, stand by what it is, because this is what people are expecting, whether they like it or not. So even your own personal goals, when it's got to a place where other people are, you know, tuning in on your show, you got to put the show on. So some of the things that I've set out to do, I kind of just took a reset, where I've sat down and I re-evaluated what it is deep down inside of my heart, that I want to accomplish in my day-to-day walk. That's the thing. It's really about our day-to-day walk. Not what has happened, not what's going to happen, but what's happening right now. So um, that's the season that I've been in. A lot of things have shifted and changed drastically in the last year and some change, for how my life was looking and how I expected it to look. Um, and I see more change coming. I continue to see me gravitate into a new place, and I would like to say that it's all part of me growing inwardly, um, the inward blossoming. I just read about the fig tree and why it was a parable used in scripture a lot. Jesus talked about the fig tree. What's awesome about the fig tree is that the fig tree, it blossoms from within. Um, the things that are changing in the contents of the fruit itself is not seen outwardly. It's all happening inside of the fruit. Um, that's what we want to be. We want to be like that fig. Everybody on the outside don't necessarily have to right away see the change. Eventually they'll see. But true change happens when you make it concrete and solid in the inside. Um, so I say balance would be the topic of discussion this morning. Is balance. How important it is that we maintain balance in this up and down world, where everybody is trying to obtain ultimate peace and happiness. There's nothing wrong with that. I got in this little bubble of dealing with suffering. I've faced so many things that have been traumatic for me throughout my 40 plus years on this earth. Some things that I definitely had and have been healing from. But I got in this little mold, in this little bubble of, man, I'm gonna always face challenges and trials. This is just life, How do I embrace this suffering? Anybody that follows any Buddhist teaching, they do. That's kind of like the number one thing. That's the first, first pathway, is recognizing that life is suffering, and that the whole goal of being here in this 3D existence is to overcome that suffering and learn how to be at peace no matter what. But it didn't really include happiness. Are we to be happy while we're suffering? Are we to be happy about the suffering? I kind of got confused for a moment. I was just like, am I happy if I'm going through pain? Am I happy if I'm going through turmoil or suffering or persecution or ridicule? Like, no. You shouldn't be happy about those things. Just recognize that those things are necessary to bring about things that you need to deal with, that you need to attend to in your life. So I have been embracing happiness again. Just not chasing it with the intent that that's the pursuit of my life. The pursuit of my life is not to be happy. A goal of mine in life is to obtain moments of happiness and cherish those moments and use those moments as the encouragement that I need that this too shall pass. When I am facing hardships or trials or challenges that may have brought me down to a negative vibration, and I can't seem to really have the clarity that I need to go in a direction and the path that I need to go in for that day. Know that, hey, it's a feeling, just like happiness. Happiness is a feeling. That love is a feeling. That kindness and gentleness is a feeling. That these are feelings that we feel in the moment, that we feel from others, that we emanate to others, that we share with one another, but we also share things that are toxic, that are negative, that are sometimes discouraging. And sometimes we do it subconsciously. We just don't know it. Sometimes we do it ignorantly. It's all part of the balance. So I've been tapping into that. I've been on, I'll say, a very true pursuit, a very devotional driven pursuit towards my spiritual path. For a solid 10 years, I'll say. Solid 10. I was raised in Christianity, Baptist church, then non-denomination. And, I continue to go in and out of church and, seek God the traditional way that I was taught by my mother. I feel like I've never really just set God all the way down and just say forget. Well, it was moments. But the point that I'm making, the last 10 years, I would say, uh, you know, 8 at best, uh, I've really earnestly made that the top priority. But it was moments that because I didn't trust myself, because I didn't trust the person that I used to emanate to the world, to the people that are around me, that I just strayed away from everything that I thought would keep me from getting deeper within myself and becoming one with the understanding of who God is. And it got me to a place where people say, oh, you got your head in the clouds. Yeah, that's a real thing. You can be in such a place that you start to become distant from the people that you love, the people that you're sharing this experience with. You have to realize that you're sharing this experience with other souls, with other people that are going through the same pursuit that you're going through. So it's very important that, we find that balance in remaining grounded in this experience that is predicated on our 5 senses. What smells good, tastes good, feels good, sounds good, smells good. And just what we're experiencing through this everyday life that we go through, going to work, being in society, technology, wow. I've always been a huge, I ain't gonna say lover of technology, but I've always liked gadgets and the newest this or the newest that comes out. It's amazing to me what mankind is discovering and what we're being able to open up to make life easier for us, more simplistic, if I can say. There's nothing wrong with that. We're utilizing our critical thinking skills and our creativity and all of these things that come about with all of the greatest and latest adventures that's out. But that's not what life is all about. I definitely have learned found a new love for nature. Never was an outdoors guy. But man, it's something amazing to be able to see the technology in nature, how advanced nature is, and how much we're only just simulating what nature is already doing. And that's balance. That's balance. I wouldn't be making this video right now if I didn't have my latest, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. I love this thing. I'm producing a high quality video with just my phone. So I love technology. I love, the latest advancements. But I also know that, hey, I want to be able to say, hey, I could live without it too. I'm gonna try to do it next couple of weekends coming up consistently. I'm gonna try to just do a no phone. I have to let everybody know because people are always texting you, calling you 24/7. But just a no phone weekend. Actually leave the house without the phone. Scary, right? How am I going to be safe if I don't have my phone? How am I going to be able to contact people if something happens? How am I going to know how to get around? I'm old enough to know that it was a time when we lived our lives without our phones. Balance, So I just encourage people to find that balance. Make it a conscious effort. It is not easy looking within to even understand that concept of what it means to look within inside yourself. To what prayer and meditation and prayer and meditation and having a spiritual encounter really is. Some people can't really grasp the meaning of what that is. But just keep digging, keep searching. Yes, it's good to have some books and listen to some lectures and hear other people's testimony of their revelation and their intuitive experiences that they've had spiritually. But man, it only becomes real when you experience what we call God for yourself. Excuse me. So I encourage everybody to continue to find that place in the best way that I say works for me and has throughout history been told by others that works, is just isolating yourself, quieting the noise around you, slowing down your thinking, clearing your mind, going to an abstract place where you can receive something that you didn't get from any external source. Get it from the internal source. Find that balance. And for those of you that live that life, especially our very devout religious community, people that have a religion, have a faith, and you practice it and you're disciplined, and that's the pursuit of your life, that what drives you is the doctrines and principles that you stand on for your spiritual pursuit. Man, stay grounded too. Experience the world. Don't be afraid. That was my thing. It's like, the world is just full of all this evil. I don't want to go out into the world. I don't want to go out and commingle with what everybody else is, what all the masses are doing. And believe it or not, man, more people are more in tune to the unanswered questions in life than you think. Everybody is going through the motions. Everybody's going to get out and be in community and be in society and do the things that entertain us, that pleases us, that relaxes us, the way the society has designed it. And yes, I am a strong believer that I don't know if it's one man or a group of men or if it's just the whole mindset that we've created, but we're definitely put in this bubble of, hey, just try to feel good every day. That's what life is all about. And everything is designed for everybody's convenience. But even in that mix, in that sea of people going about their day-to-day lives the way that our society has designed it, people still have this tugging because truth is calling everybody. It's calling everybody. It's not calling one specific group of people, not one specific person. It's calling everybody. So don't be afraid to be that one to go into the midst of others and just walk in your truth. Walk in your truth. Go into these places. Discipline does have a lot to do with it, so you won't get caught up or you won't get pulled back too deep in under the ground. You want to be grounded, but you want to stay above ground. And don't get so rooted in the pursuits of the world. Don't get caught up in the gossip of the world. Just be aware of what's going on. Have an opinion. Opinions are good, but just be open enough to hear other people's opinions too. Find that balance. So this is the first video in a while. Kind of just doing it on the fly. I just woke up this morning and just felt the need to just share a little. I'm just not a social media person, but it's it's kind of backwards to have a podcast and not be a social media person. So I've been quiet for the last year, just because of things that I've been going through in my own personal life. But I'm ready. I'm ready to be back. I'm ready to be that voice. I'm ready to share what I feel that the Divine Father has been placing in me, in hopes that I can receive from you as well. So, be blessed this day. I hope you take my words with love, and know that in my heart that I am connected with you. Whatever you're facing, I'm facing too. The scenarios might be different, but the emotions are still the same. It's something that's making me sad. It's something that makes me worry. It's something that makes me fearful. It might not be the same as you, but the feeling is still the same. So we're all facing the same things in the grand scheme of things. So let's work together to get through it and learn and grow together. So, blessings to you all. This is DV Trill Talk.